It's amazing what you run across in this day and time and what you go to the library and go pick up. Now, I've been reading a lot of books lately. Oh yeah, by the way, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming by and listening to a brother. This is Talk Time. This is DT News. I came across this book by Alice Bailey. She's a known occultist, known Satanist. You name it, man. Hey, she really worshiped the devil. Anyway, I came across some information that is quite frankly may shock you. And she had 10 strategies on how America should conduct themselves. Okay, number 1, push God out of the schools. If the people grow up without reference to God, then they will consider God irrelevant to day-to-day life. In the last 50 years, this has happened. God is irrelevant to most people. She right, actually, because they pushing God out of school. You can't much pray in school no more. You liable to get kicked out of class. Anywho's, moving on. The second strategy, break the tradition Judeo-Christian family concept. Break communication between parents and children so that parents can't pass on spiritual values to their children. Do this by pushing excessive child rights. I was up in New York, right? And don't you know, kids can act a damn fool in front of their parents. They could just do whatever they want and say whatever they want to their parents. I always found that crazy. And now it's going from state to state. Kids got more rights, just as much rights as parents does. And God told us not to spare the rod. In other words, beat the hell out of your child. Because if you don't, they're gonna grow up to be rebellious. Sad to say. Unless God got a special agenda for that certain child. And you can't say I ain't right. And if you disagree, hey, just look around. And you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. Moving on to number 3. Remove restrictions on sex. Sex is the biggest joy, and Christianity robs people of this. People must be free to enjoy it without restriction. It's not just for married. It's for everybody. Look, man, ain't nobody really getting married no more. That is a true statement too, sad to say. Ain't nobody getting married no more. You know? Because number 1, when you get married within a year, after that year, hey, it's going to cost you a whole whop to get away from any fool that you with. I'm just being honest with you. Ain't nobody really getting married no more. Everybody having sex outside of marriage. That's what's so screwed up. Oh boy, ain't nobody really listening to the Bible no more. And it's the right way to go when you think about it. There's nothing wrong with being married. All right. Moving on to number 4. Since sex is the greatest oppression of man's enjoyment of life, man must be free to express sex in all of its forms. Homosexuality, orgies, even bestiality are desirable so long as no one is being abused or harmed. Look, sad to say, that is true too. There's a lot of niggas sitting back going in peep shows, pornographic videos, adult film, all that stuff. People doing porn stars everywhere. It is well known. And hell, it's even a lot of abuse going on in a lot of this porn. You know, niggas being very abusive to these women. It's not funny, but it's messed up. You know, that is so true. That's what's so sad about all this. Number 5, people must be free to abort unwanted children. If a man can have sex and then live without the consequences, then the same should be true for a woman too. A woman must have the right to abort an unwanted child. Sad to say, people giving up kids every day, putting them up for adoption. That's all it really means. If you just want to use common sense, you don't want that child, put them up for adoption. You know, it happened too soon, cuz I guess the rubber broke. I don't care. Hey, that's where abortions come from too. You know, God was against that, but mankind is for it. That's the reason why a lot of these bastards gonna burn up in hell. Anyway, number 6. Wait a minute, I skipped too far. Every person develops soul bonds. So when a soul bond wears out, a person must be free to divorce. When one starts to grow, one must be free to get through together with that person, even if they are married. It's a lot of cheating and fornication going on, and it's a lot of adultery is going on too. God was against divorce because he believed in trying to work it out, and I agree with him. If I decide to marry a person, I done went through all that work of dating and everything, you best believe I'm going to try to work it out with you. I ain't got time to sit back and divorce. But she's sitting back talking about a strategy of how you can be married and get with another person too. This woman crazy, man. Real talk. Anyway, let me see. But it's happening though. She's right. Number 7, diffuse religion radicism. Christianity says Jesus is the only way. Diffuse this by A, silencing Christianity, and B, promoting other faiths. The creation of interfaith harmony. It's so many religious ways, man. It is unbelievable. You have Buddhists, you have Muslims that believe in Allah. You got all kinds of garbage going on in this world. When every last one of them want to be God. Every last one of them want to be Jesus Christ. Because that is the only way. That's the truth. Everybody knows that's the truth. You can sit back and say all you want. That's not the truth. You lying to yourself. And you know you are. I don't care what book tell you otherwise. There's only one voice speaking inside you. And there's one other voice that's negative that's speaking inside you. It's called God and the devil. It ain't no Buddha. It ain't no Muslim, whatever that man name is. Oh yeah, Allah. It ain't none of these folks. It's only one. Jeez. Okay. Moving on. Number 8. Use the media to influence mass opinion. Create mass opinion that is receptive to these values by using TV, film, and the press, etc. Note well, what Western believers call normal in the African church would be pornographic. Look, the media is messing up everybody. They can have you believing that it was a Columbine just happened. And folks was murdered and killed, but yet you don't see no bodies, no guns, no nothing. The media is never a big time showcase. If you still believe the news, you're a fool. Cause trust me, none of that stuff ain't right. It's just entertainment. It's just something just to entertain you. That's all it is. Something just to flash your eyes on and program you. And you're an idiot if you keep believing whatever is on TV. Trust me. All that stuff fake. Number 9. Debate art in all its forms. Corrupt music, painting, poetry, and every other expression of the heart. And make it an absence immortal and occultic. Debase the arts in every way possible. Like, for example, music, football, sports, period. All that stuff, entertainment, period. All that stuff is corrupt and demonic, man. Every last superstar you see on TV in the $1 million club then sold their soul. I don't care who he are. I know us as humans, us as people, hate to believe this, and even some of us try to cover up for these people. But trust me, every last one of them that did something to get on TV, man. They're not going to choose me or even you. If you keep it real, they're not going to choose you because you use your mind. They need a puppet that's after that green and would do whatever it takes to get the green. All right. Last but not least, number 10. Get the church to endorse every one of these 9 strategies. Get the church to accept these principles and say they're okay. then legal ground is given for these values to get a foothold. Sad to say, a lot of the churches are proving this as well. You got pastors sitting back opening their church up to rappers that cuss and talk about hoes and money, and saying that this man is a Christian. Let me tell you something. I may cuss a lot in my videos. I may even say some stuff that's unpleasant that you may even disagree with. But it's one thing I do know. I do know it's one God. And I do know that Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins. I do know that I need to ask for forgiveness every time I do wrong or commit sin. I know this much. And I also know that a rapper, Ludacris, or whoever you name them, 50 Cent, man, even talking about the bosses, Floyd Mayweather, these are not Christians, man. They promote sexuality live in front of your face. And you will believe whatever they said just because they on TV. You even got some girls want guys on TV. And half of these artists be homosexuals. They don't even want you. Them be the main ones passing off a disease to you. So, take heed to this. These is 10 strategies by a Satanist that is actually true. Look it up for yourself. The truth is in your face. This is Talk Time. That's all I gotta say. DT Inc. This is World News. I'm out of here, man. God bless y'all, and I hope you use common sense because God gave it to you. Nobody else did. Thank you so much. Big shout out to 10 Players News, man.